Hello and welcome. So this video is a little bit late because we were having major technical difficulties with the video. It's so annoying, but you can listen to the full version on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. This was our first attempt ever at doing two different angles while recording the podcast with a camera. This is what our angle looked like, but then this is what Tristan's angle looked like. I have no idea what happened, but you know, that's what comes with doing this thing on your own. I mean, I'm more than capable of setting this up and having it work out, but you know what? It doesn't always work out. So for this episode, such a freaking bummer because this would have been a really awesome video, our first guest in our studio in-house interview, but what you're gonna get is just one straight angle, which is driving my perfectionist mind insane. But at least we got something. So I hope you enjoy this episode of TRISTEN IKAIKA on the Wavy podcast. This was a really fun interview, so hope you enjoy. So the podcast unfortunately does start like 10 minutes in, but we still want to give you an introduction and let you in on like who he is and what he does before we jump right into it. So sorry there's no video for this part, but here is Tristans Intro.
Hey everybody, happy Wavy Wednesday.
Welcome back to the podcast.
We have a really fun episode for you guys. We have a guest on today.
And he's actually one of our friends, our longtime friends, TRISTEN IKAIKA.
He is Ring King, amazing entrepreneur.
Completely self-taught, businessman. He's amazing at what he does. He has so much wisdom and knowledge to share with us.
Yes.
On his journey.
I think he's incredible. So we're really excited for you guys to get to know him in this episode. So let's get into the episode.
Hello.
Hi, Tristan.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to actually have a guest in our house studio on the couch.
Am I the first guest in the
In the
studio?
stew, in the home stew.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
So this is Tristan Kaika Ama Ia Aikai Ika Ane Okalani Pearsons.
Persons.
Persons.
Yes.
Yes.
The rest of it was
You
right.
nailed that.
Was it? I got a little lost in it. It's hard to read.
Yeah, it was close.
Can you
Let's
say
hear
it for
Let's
us?
hear it.
Okay, my full name, Tristan Amelie Kaikamakai Koneglani Persons.
I was close. I sounded
It's
almost
so
exactly
wrong.
like that.
And where does that
Yeah.
come from, Tristan?
It's Hawaiian. It means good, strong man of the heavens.
and
And
that's exactly
that's
what you
true, yeah.
Yeah, you know, just my parents do.
Yeah.
Wow.
They did. And look at what you are now. You're living up to your name. Seriously.
Okay, so this is Tristan's very official intro. So this is Tristan. He's a 23-year-old guy from Utah.
Entrepreneur.
Orem. He runs his own very successful business. He started everything by hand making rings out of spoons. And today he is venturing out into clothing, correct?
Yes.
Correct?
Along with his monthly themed limited ring drops. He's even been on Shark Tank and made a deal with Mr. Wonderful,
Yes, I did.
which maybe we will talk about.
Yeah, we're going to touch on that.
Okay,
Mhm.
We're going to
okay.
touch on some fun
fun.
things.
We're very honored to have him here
And
today.
we've known Tristan for a while. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I met you probably 2019,
Yep.
I think, at a Mumford & Sons concert.
Really?
Oh, yeah, that is
Yeah.
when I met you.
That's where...
And I remember you didn't even have an Instagram.
No,
at the
yeah.
time.
I
What?
deactivated my Instagram.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
interesting.
That,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
long time
met
ago.
at Grace Von Strahl's birthday party in LA.
Yes, at Catch. right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
When was that? Like 2019, probably.
18.
2018?
That was 2018.
Yeah, that was a
Because I
long
just
time
moved
ago.
into my warehouse, I remember. And then
Whoa.
That's
Yeah, that's
wild.
crazy.
We're longtime friends with
it's
Tristan.
like 4
Yes.
years. That's wild.
Yeah. We've even helped him like package some orders
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
They came to the warehouse.
We're
Yeah.
big supporters. We love him.
Yeah,
We
thank you
love
guys.
him. He's amazing. He's
They're
an
on the
inspiration.
payroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, waiting for that.
Okay, so we have some fun little questions to ask you before we get into the juicy things.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to ask you the first question. What was the last show you binged?
Oh my gosh, I do not watch shows.
There's no
I-
time for that.
I couldn't eat I don't know.
You watch
watch
movies?
No. I'm not like a show person. Like I
Okay.
like trash reality sometimes.
Yep.
Oh, you love the Kardashians?
Yeah, I love that show.
Yes.
Have you watched
That's
the new
about
one?
it. Yeah.
You watch a lot of TikTok. I feel like
Yes,
TikTok has
yes,
become
yes.
like the
Yeah.
Netflix. Like
Yeah.
that's what we waste time on. Next question is, what is your guilty pleasure Instagram account that you follow?
Okay, I have like 3.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, one is girls getting hurt. Did you follow that account?
So funny.
It's so funny.
What?
It's so funny.
Like what?
And
They're like
then-
falling off of.
just like exclusively
and the
females getting
captions
hurt?
are so funny. Like I'll show you after. They're so funny.
Okay.
And then there's one called Nature's Metal that's just like the craziest
Yes.
things in nature. That
Okay,
I'm just
I've
like,
seen that
it's
one.
like you can't look away, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then
Yeah.
one is Pun Hub Online. You ever seen that one?
it's just
Pun?
puns.
But they're like so funny.
Okay, next question. What is the last big purchase you made?
I haven't bought anything crazy lately.
Okay, maybe what was the last purchase?
I bought some clothes yesterday
From?
from ALD.
What's ALD?
Aimee Leondor. They have like a store in New York.
Oh, fancy.
Like a streetwear brand, yeah.
Ooh, okay. This next question's good. Who are you the biggest fan of? Like, if you met them in person, you would like not be able to get any words out because you'd
Okay,
be
this
so
is so
starstruck.
embarrassing, but honestly, Kim.
I knew you were going to say
Kardashian.
that.
Okay, you want to hear how robbed I was?
Yeah.
So when I was trying to get onto Shark Tank, I had a call with my producer, and it was right before they were going to give me my panel of who my sharks were. And I'm like, okay, I know this sounds ridiculous, like this is such loser behavior, but I had a dream that Kim was on my panel, and I just like, if there's any chance that that's real, I need to be there on that day.
Yeah.
And she's like, we can't tell you anything yet, but like we'll let you know.
Oh
They give
my
me my
God.
panel. It's like the normal sharks, whatever.
Mm.
And then a few months later, the like guest sharks come out, and one of the guest sharks is Emma Greed, who is like founding partner at Skims, CEO of Good
Ooh.
American. She is like
Oh.
the business side of all
Kardashian.
the Kardashian brands,
Oh
and
my
I'm like,
gosh.
that would have been better.
Uh-huh.
And like,
Yeah.
why did you not put me there on that day?
Dang.
I was so mad, but
That would have been like
Yeah.
all your dreams
yeah,
coming true.
I'm just fascinated by how they have used social media to like trailblaze entrepreneurship.
Seriously.
In the age of technology, they've dominated.
Okay, last question. What's one product in the shower that you can't live without?
My Fresh Wolf product, shout out Jack Barlow.
Okay, yes.
This is body wash.
Amazing.
I use it every day and
Ooh.
it smells so good.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
And Tristan
And,
always
yeah.
smells really good, by
Yes.
the way.
Yep.
Always smells amazing.
He's
All of
famous
his
for that.
PR packages smell so
Yeah.
good.
And he won't tell anyone
Not yet.
what the
so
scent is.
Not yet.
Because he's a marketing genius.
Okay,
Moving right
let's
along.
dive in. How about
Okay. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
the PR boxes that Tristan has done? So first it was the dry ice,
Yep.
right? That was your very first one.
Yes, we had the dry ice one.
The dry ice. So the box came, and then inside the box was
You open
a
it.
box
Yes.
with dry ice in. Okay, explain
So
it.
there's a cardboard box. You open the cardboard box. There's a styrofoam box with
Yes.
a box inside that said Brie or something.
Yeah, he writes the names on every
Yeah,
it
single
so
takes
much
forever.
time.
And then you'd pour water, but hopefully not record that part because that part's not as cool.
Mm.
And there's all this, smoke fog, whatever you want to call it. And then you
Yes.
open the box and it's rings. And
Beautiful.
Oh, cool.
It's surreal. It's so cool. So that was his first one, and then the next one was the flowers.
yep, you like open the top and all the sides fell.
So
oh,
cool.
yeah, that
Flowers.
was so cool.
A bouquet of flowers just standing
Yep.
straight up,
Yeah.
and then
And
butterflies.
then
were next, or
that
what?
one was subpar, but we had to, it had to happen fast because the original plan fell through. So it was just like, you
With the
opened it and these,
butterflies?
like butterflies.
What was
kinda
the
flew
original
out.
plan?
The video, what we did this year.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
But it couldn't, it was too quick.
I feel like that was perfect for like the end of the year though.
Yeah,
The video
it was
on the box.
big.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Very
sweet.
cool.
So this year we sent out a key. A week later, sent out the box, used the key to open it, and it was like a video
Yes.
with personalized intros and.
How
video
long did
inside.
that take? Because how
Insane.
you
It
sent
took,
out how
like-
many boxes?
She sent out like 150, I want to say.
Insane. And
Yeah.
each one had like a personalized video
Intro.
of Tristan sitting there being like, "Hi Brie, hi Summer." And then a little blurb, and then like this beautiful video of his sweatshirts and his rings that he
Yeah.
dropped on that one.
So cool.
But-
he also did one where butterflies flew out of the box. That was so
yeah,
cool.
we did one with live butterflies for like a smaller. press
Yeah,
box. That was
okay.
cool.
I remember
Live
seeing
butterflies.
those. Amazing. And the
They
Gem
weren't
Studio.
real butterflies. I just want to say that.
The Gem Studio.
No, there was one
collab.
with real butterflies.
What?
Did you never see that one?
No.
I saw that one. Yeah.
It was like a
came
fish
in like
tank
a
sort of thing.
yeah.
I'll show you pictures after.
But and then the other one was the Gem Studio one I was thinking of.
Oh,
where
yeah, that
you
one was
For
fun.
the
open the
rock
box
stuff.
Yeah.
and then all of these rocks, like so many rocks. Just the amount of effort and time that you put into your PR packages are just
Thank you.
unmatched. Like
And each one is an experience. Like it's not just like,
yeah,
oh,
that's
this is
always
pretty.
my goal is like making an experience
yeah.
around the product, whatever that is.
So like anything you come up with, you're like, I can do this. Like I can execute it. Like I'll figure out a way.
Yeah. It's
That's-
like now I'm like, oh shoot, I keep like trying to raise the bar, but like getting exhausting.
Yeah,
What am I
that's
gonna
hard
do
to
next year?
maintain.
I want to ask,
We'll
how do
see.
you deal with your like stress? I feel like what you do is so stressful because you're constantly pushing yourself.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, and I was kind of having like a ton of anxiety last month, and this is what I cracked it down to. I think I really believe in myself, and it's like my biggest superpower is
Yeah.
I genuinely believe like anything is possible. Whatever you want to
Wow.
do, I really think is like 2 connections away from making happen, or like
Mhm.
whatever your goal is for
Yeah.
what you're doing. Like we live in a time where resources are not that far. Like you can make it happen. But then on the flip side of that, when I don't hit these big goals that I have for myself, I'm like, wow, you're an idiot. You're not doing things right. Like
Oh.
Ugh.
you can do this, but you're not. So like, why are you falling short? And then I just get really hard on myself. And I don't think that's a healthy mindset to be in either. Cause I'm just
Pretty
like,
common,
I was being
though.
so hard on myself. And
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, I gotta like look back and see what I've accomplished. Cause when I write it all down, I was like, okay, I'm not doing that bad.
Yeah.
But-
Oh my gosh. No.
In like
No.
this one week, I was just like, I'm an idiot. Like I feel like I can't get anything figured out. Like I wanted to hit this. I didn't do this. I didn't do this.
Totally. Yeah.
And yeah, I think when you hit or you set a high goal, even if you fall short, it's still a win.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
yeah, it's hard to not. I like really value progression,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's not a good thing. But
Yeah.
No, I
you know,
feel like
Enneagram 3.
I think I'm a 2. I love like personality
Oh.
testing.
What is that?
Yeah, you do.
But I feel like with those extremes, like you hold yourself to such a high standard, and then when you hit that, like you're gonna have low lows because you have such high highs. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
So
That's
it is
perfect.
hard to like deal with that and just like give yourself grace
Yeah.
and understand.
Yeah, and it's weird too after you hit like big goals, like what
What's
after
next?
that looks like.
That
It's
is
like I'm sure you know.
I
both of
struggle
you,
with that a
like,
lot. Yeah.
oh, I did this, I did that, and now I'm just doing this. And it's like, oh, how do I, but that gets exhausting chasing
Mhm.
things.
Yeah.
But
At
that's
this
I don't
point,
know.
it's like, I'm not trying to like push myself to be bigger and better. I'm trying to push myself in different directions
Oh, I like that.
because that's still progression.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's kind of what you're doing, like going
Mhm.
outside of the only making rings.
Yeah. And I think it is like, it's so cliche, but like really finding joy in like the journey and the process
Yes.
of like,
Yeah.
okay, this is a big challenge you want to do, but like, is working on it every day fulfilling you? Because
Mhm.
if it's
Yeah.
not, then like, let's reset our goals. But
And-
if like
yeah.
working on it is fulfilling you, then like,
Yeah.
go for it.
Totally. If it's not fulfilling, then you're
What's the
wasting your
point?
time.
Yeah.
There's literally no point. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But reflecting on your accomplishments is huge. And I feel like people who are perfectionists and like go-getters like that forget to do that. Like they're like, I'm here now and I have to be better. But like you've accomplished so much and you have to give yourself that credit. But it's like unnatural to
Yeah.
to
It
stop
feels
and do that.
like imposter syndrome. I feel every day.
Oh my
Do you
gosh.
deal
Yeah.
with
We
that?
wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
I think like something that goes into that is like, I'm never satisfied with the goals that I do reach because I'm like,
Yes.
I don't know. I never feel like truly proud of myself. I'm like, okay, I did that. What's next?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm never truly satisfied. Like, do you feel like that, or are you able to be proud of yourself?
Yes and no. Yes, but then sometimes you get there and you're like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Like I really had to dig deep
Totally.
and be like, ditch this thought that you're ever gonna reach this like point of success. Like
Yeah.
who do you know in their life who has just like made it? And it's like you're still tired when you wake up in the morning. Like,
Yeah.
you're never gonna live this perfect life where like you don't have any
Mhm.
problems and
That's so true.
whatever. So
Yeah.
if you can ditch that and it's just like, oh, I just have to make sure my day-to-day life is really happy.
Yeah.
That to me is
Yeah.
Like, make it a
You've made
smaller
it.
scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like different things come with different problems. Like you're doing something that's maybe bigger and better than what you were doing before, but now you have different problems. You still have the problems.
Yeah.
They're just in a different way. And sometimes they're bigger
yeah.
than
Mhm.
what they were before.
Yeah. Or like
I don't
Shark
know.
Tank. I put so much weight into that.
Yeah.
And then it was like, am I going to film? Am I going to film? Finally filmed. Am I going to air? Am I going to air? I don't know. Finally aired. And then the day after, I was like, oh, what now?
Yeah.
I didn't even think past this.
yeah.
Or like I was listening to a podcast with, I forget, it was an Olympic gymnast. And she was saying like 2008, it was all that existed in her head. Like she hadn't thought till 2009 because like it was the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
And then after, she's just like, I had nothing to live for. Like,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
and it's fun to work towards big goals, but it's also like, let's
Yeah.
keep them in.
Yeah, you have to
perspective.
have other parts of your life
Yeah.
making you feel fulfilled. If you're only finding that in one area, no matter what that is, like for us, maybe it's our career,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
we do. That's because you're going to reach those goals and then you're going to be like, oh, well, damn.
Well, what now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So practicing mindfulness, I think,
Yeah.
and like,
Separating yourself from those thoughts. Like,
like making yourself be present and
Yeah.
grateful
yeah.
is something that we really need to
Yeah.
practice.
I think that the people you're around too can bring you back down to earth, like,
Totally.
and like remind you of all these things. Because your mind, if it's constantly thinking about the next thing, then like that is what you're living for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like your friends and your family see you in a different way than you see
Mhm.
yourself, and so being able to see their perspective and just like get their insight on things and like ask them what like how they see you, like
Yeah.
helps
Yeah.
almost,
like
because
that.
then you're like, I am doing okay. Like
it really does.
you're
yeah.
your worst critic and like you're gonna be so hard on yourself, but
Yeah.
so many people see you in like such an amazing light that you need to hear. Like
Yeah.
we need to be
100%.
telling our friends that stuff so that
Yeah.
we can
Yeah, it's
continue to
important.
like
keeps them going.
Yes.
yeah.
And
it's so
also,
important.
like, this is going to sound kind of cliche, but living day by day because tomorrow is not promised.
No.
So, like, being present and being proud of yourself or really like soaking up the goal that you have achieved, it's so important. Like,
Yeah.
it's very necessary, I think. And
yeah.
sometimes we take it for granted.
I always like in my notebook, I'll do it like every few months whenever I'm feeling like, okay, what am I doing? And I just write like, what do I want? And then I write down like, okay, I want to go on my trips with friends. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And then like working backwards on that. And what does that look like in a day-to-day sense?
Oh, that's
'Cause then
so
if I know
cool.
what I want,
Yeah.
it becomes clearer what it looks
What
like to
moves you
get
have
there.
to make. Yeah.
Whether that's like, one day I want to have like a cabin, or like one day I want to
Mhm.
have this or this, like, but in my
That's
day to day,
cool.
this is what I want my life to look like.
Mhm.
I love
think
that.
that's
Yeah, that's
important.
really cool.
I've never thought about that. That's so cool. We're gonna
Kind
do
of
that.
like going along with that, we wanted to ask, how do you stay organized?
Yeah, what do you use?
I
Because you have so much
Don't
going
know
on.
if I do, like whiteboards, notebooks,
yeah.
bunch of decks, the notes in my phone.
Were you
It's
like,
just
looking
like
for? You were on the
calendars.
hunt for like a specific
I was on the hunt
calendar
for a planner,
or a
and it was
planner.
this whole thing, and then I found the one, and then the calendar in it, or like the week thing, started on a Monday and ended on a Sunday, and that like drove me
Whoa.
up the walls.
No, that's horrible. That's
Can
like
you picture
not-
that? Like, when does
Yeah.
your week, like on a calendar, Sunday should be on the left,
Yeah.
Saturday should be on the right, and
Yeah.
this one was not, and I was like, I can't
No.
use this.
Because
So
in your
he's
mind, it
particular.
like
Uh-huh.
isn't laid out like that. Like
Yeah.
you vision
Writing
it.
things down helps me. Like putting it on a calendar. I have like these 2 big blackboards in my office, and like putting stuff that's up and coming helps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice to
Like
see
when you
it
can
all.
see it, not just like somewhere
Yeah.
deep in a note.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so we want to talk about Shark Tank because it
Yeah.
is unreal that you went on that. Like I feel like
So crazy.
every time I watch Shark Tank, I'm like, how are these people standing in front of the most intimidating people
Oh, it's
like,
so
in the
scary.
world?
So nerve-wracking.
and you have to know all your facts. You have to like answer clearly. Like you can't
Yeah.
hesitate. How did you deal with that and like go into it confidently and not just like crying, like stressed
Okay, there
out?
definitely was a ton of practice. It's so funny. I was with you guys.
Yeah.
Backstory: I was supposed to film in 2020, and I
Yeah.
got COVID, and I couldn't go.
Horrible.
And then I think I saw you guys that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were
I didn't
having
have
like the
COVID,
hardest
but-
day.
Yeah.
Because
Why were we there?
we
You
were
were helping me
helping with
pack
drinks.
orders,
Oh, yeah.
but their test that they sent me came back positive, and I went like to Salt Lake and took 3 tests, and they were all negative. So I was like, oh, I'm clear, but they wouldn't let me. Anyways,
So sad.
so this whole like,
Oh, I would die.
there's like 40,000 people who audition for the show, and like 100 make it. So even like getting to the carpet is like a whole process.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Can I back up?
Yeah.
When did you decide you wanted to try out for Shark
I
Tank?
was at lunch with Kenzie and Colby from Thread,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
and I was like, oh yeah, there's a casting call in Vegas like in 2 days, but like blah blah blah. And they're like, Tristan, you have to go. And I was
Oh
like,
my
I don't think my
gosh.
product's like fit for Shark Tank. Like it's more like inventions, and they're like, no, you have to go.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever. So last minute, I drove down, auditioned, and then like just thinking it'll be a funny story if nothing
Yeah.
comes of it. And then
Yeah.
I like got callbacks and callbacks. And,
But you did a lot of
sorry.
Do you want some water?
Yes. So you have like all
Oh,
these
yeah,
Zoom
okay.
calls, they cut people.
What was the audition?
It was in Vegas. You get like 60 seconds to talk to a casting director.
So you just say like who you are, what
and
you
they
do.
say like you got to get your business, your story. And to me, I'm just like, I got to pitch why I would make entertaining TV.
Yeah.
I took a spoon and turned it into
True.
X amount. Like my parents had health issues. That was part of my journey. Like my marketing's a huge part. Like social media,
Yeah.
like you guys don't get people on social media, and that's like the age right now. Like that should be seen on the show.
Yeah.
I'm just like pitching every reason why it'd be good TV. Because at the end of the day, it's a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
And then,
True.
anyways, eventually when I finally got my tape date, it was like I had flashcards of like any question I'd ever seen them ask, and like my answer, my
Oh my
number,
gosh.
my
Did you like watch a million episodes?
yeah. And after I filmed, I haven't watched it since.
Really?
I watched my own, and like it's just like too nerve-wracking.
I totally get
no,
that.
the watch party
Yeah.
was like, it was so
Yeah, that was
exciting
so
and
fun.
like
It was so cool.
crazy
Yeah.
to see you on the show. And
Yeah.
like,
But it's so intimidating because you walk in there, and my biggest thought process was like, how am I going to be portrayed on television?
ooh.
To these like, there's like, I swear there's like 100 people on the crew. There's all these lights and like 10 cameramen to your left and 10 here and 10 there and sound and blah, blah, blah. And it's
Yeah.
like, whatever character they want you to play, that's kind of the edit you'll get, I think. I think
Okay.
they do
No,
a good job
completely.
at reflecting it accurately, but
Yeah.
there's also a point of like entertainment in there.
Absolutely.
And it was like, I had this moment in the hallway where I was just like, I'm the joke. Like, that's why they brought me here. was 'cause, like-
way.
Like right before you went on.
Like, as I'm literally walking down there and the door's open, I was like, what am I doing?
Oh my gosh.
Like, I was having a panic because I'm like,
Yeah.
literally, like, Mark Cuban basically invented the internet. Like, YouTube, Spotify, anything streaming is because of a technology that he created.
yeah.
And I'm like, I bend spoons. Like, what am I thinking?
Oh
Oh,
my
my gosh. Those
gosh.
intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
gosh.
And then and you always watch the show and you're like, oh, they should have done this, they should have done that. And then you're there and you're like, oh, this is it. Like, I've been preparing this for a year. Like, don't blow it.
Yeah.
And then after it ended, I like have never felt more in shock in my life.
Did you
I
just
was
like black out when you went in
basically,
there?
like my producer was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, you got a deal. And I was like, yeah, I
oh
did.
my gosh.
It was the weirdest feeling, but
oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I
it
would.
was scary.
I feel like when I got up there and looked at all of the sharks, I would black out, like blink. Like,
Yeah.
how did
Yeah.
you not blink?
Yeah.
I had practiced my pitch like a million times, and I was just like, here goes nothing.
Oh,
Like,
jeez.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That's insane.
yeah.
man.
That's
so cool.
amazing.
Okay, so we know you're a huge planner. You've told me about how you like forecast your life and stuff.
yeah.
So is there anything that you've planned for 2023 that you're excited about?
Yeah, I'm actually working on a fragrance that I'm like really excited about.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Um,
exciting.
I get like letters in the mail asking me what fragrance I use.
Oh my
And
gosh.
So soon that will be available for purchase.
That's so exciting.
It's been crazy, like with fragrance houses and top notes and base notes and figuring that whole out.
Oh
but
my gosh. It's
I'm,
another
like,
world.
I'm
Yeah.
really passionate about it, so I think it'll be fun.
That's so fun.
What else am I working on?
I think I'm gonna get a specific camera for this, and I'm gonna format the card correctly.
Awesome. We're learning.
I want to do like a business workshop in person and
Oh.
online. I get like so many questions, so I think
Yeah.
like there's a lot of opportunity to help people there.
That'd
I
be
get like people
awesome.
ask me to help them, and I'm like, I just gotta like organize it in a formal way
Yeah,
so I can actually help
That-
people.
that'll do so well.
Yeah.
I think so. I think
It's-
it'll be
oh,
like
man.
fulfilling for me too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
What else? I'm trying to buy a house.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. How's that been going? House hunting? You've been-
I've like looked through like 3,
yeah.
but I want a view so bad.
Yeah.
So I'm like willing to be patient. I'm not
Where are
in a
you
rush.
looking?
Looking like on the East Bench in Provo. Like that view up there
Beautiful.
is so nice.
You want to stay in Provo? Do you like it?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's comfortable.
You hate it, don't you?
I don't hate it.
It's
I don't
just not
hate
you.
it. It's just, yeah, probably not my favorite place to
Yeah.
live.
Anywhere with a view,
Yeah.
Lehigh to Provo with a view
Mm.
is fine.
That's
Cool.
so exciting.
What else in 2023? Rings or apparel? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it.
Yeah. Wait. What's your apparel looking like? Like, what are you?
So I really want to get
Working
into
on-
like cut and sew pieces, like puffer coats and
Ooh.
like
Ooh.
cool jackets, like not
Yeah.
just like screen printed. Like
Right.
screen printed stuff is fun, but
Yeah.
I just bought a sewing machine and I'm like, I like want to make like cool stuff.
Yeah. That's so
So
exciting.
That's
I don't know
so
where
cool.
it'll go, but that's like
Tristan's
what I'm
on
fascinated
Yeah. You
fire.
can
with
literally
now.
do anything you want, and
Oh my
you've proven
gosh.
that.
I'm trying.
Okay.
And you're so like connected to your like fan base, and you interact with them so much. I feel like that
Yeah.
is a big
Totally.
thing that goes into like how involved people are with
Yeah.
what you do. I think that's really cool.
I think it's fun to like bring people in behind the scenes. If they feel like they helped make the products,
Yeah.
then they're more like tied to it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
That's
yeah, I enjoy
so
it.
smart. Did you do well in school? Like, you're so smart.
I did till like my senior year, and then I just like realized if I put all that energy I was putting into school into like other stuff, I could like go further with that
Yeah.
than I could with like a good report card.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah. Did you do good in school?
Jeez.
Yeah, exact same situation though. Yeah, I was really into it, and then I was like, oh wait, YouTube is doing well. Let me like go on with that my senior year,
You
and then I was just doing
Mhm.
night classes.
Did you get good grades?
Yeah, I got by. I'm like,
You were a teacher.
yeah, I know. I don't think like
Yeah.
I'm not a perfectionist, and I don't like I can get a good grade without like really putting in that much
Yeah.
effort. And I think that's life. Like you
Yeah.
kind of have to learn how to like use the rules
Oh
to
yeah,
like
I learned
har-
so much
smarter,
more
not
off
harder.
cheating on my
Yeah.
test than
Yeah.
off of
seriously
doing
like
that. I'm not like I was so resourceful. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
the stories I have.
yes.
And that'll like take you farther in life.
Honestly,
will.
when I'm trying to
No.
hustle to get something done in
Yeah.
like 2 hours,
Yeah.
that is what I pull for. Like what I learned doing that, not what I learned
Seriously.
from like
No, when I was
American
a teacher,
history.
Yeah.
my kids that would like bend the rules or like I would have specific directions for them to do and they like find a loophole. I was like, honestly, A, because that's
Yeah.
like those are the skills they're gonna get you
Yeah,
far.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I respect it. I think it's cool. Okay, let's get into some questions. Some are put on her Instagram. Questions for Tristan. And one says, how long have you and Kate been dating? And how did you know that she was the one? Tell us.
I'm not dating Kate.
Okay.
Never have.
No.
Public
never will.
statement.
Sorry.
You never will.
No.
Or do you have a
It's
crush
not
on
like that.
anybody?
No. I don't.
No?
Suspicious.
I don't.
Okay.
Do you?
Who's your celebrity crush?
Shay Mitchell.
Really?
Oh.
She's so pretty.
She's really cool.
And she's like entrepreneur. Like she's
Yeah.
just like cool.
She's like a badass.
yes,
She's cool.
she so is.
yeah.
And she's still
Who's
acting.
your guys's?
Celebrity crush?
Chris Pratt. He's so
Interesting.
funny, so hot.
Okay.
Love him.
Logan Lerman, Ryan Gosling,
Okay.
Okay.
John Mayer recently.
Everyone's obsessed with John Mayer.
I don't know. I heard didn't Taylor Swift date him and like he was
Okay, so that's his
Doesn't he have a
reputation.
body count of like 1,000?
Yeah,
Like,
right?
Stop. Go listen to the Call Her Daddy episode. She
Okay.
just interviewed John Mayer. He's a very intelligent guy, really cool, really wise, talented.
Okay.
Kidding.
All right.
Yeah.
He's also
Okay.
like 45. So.
Okay, next question
Daddy.
is who is the most famous person that you've ever met?
Mm.
Oh. I don't know.
Did you meet anyone like super famous when you were in LA? Super famous.
I never like met them.
in the
Okay,
same room
Jaden
as?
Smith.
Jaden Smith. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
probably the most famous person I met is Jaden.
I want to know what that conversation was like because you posted a Halloween costume
Yes.
of him
Being
of being
Jaden
him,
Smith.
and then
Yeah.
he reposted it.
And then he reposted
Did
it.
you remind him? You're like, hi, it's me.
So, and then I was at his show, the one with Justin, and
Oh.
my buddy is his videographer.
oh,
And so I was like, oh, I want to see you. And so he came
Whoa.
up and he's like, come back. Jaden wants to meet you. And I was like,
That's
wait,
crazy.
What? He's like, just take this, come with me. I was like, okay. I'm like, oh my gosh, what the? I like love Jaden too. Like
yeah.
what he does with like Just Water, Misfits. Like I'm
Yeah.
into all of it. I think he's so smart
His
and so
brain
creative.
is wild too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like I'm
smart.
not just like a stupid like, oh, Jaden. Like I'm really intrigued by what he does.
Yeah.
And then we just went back and he's like, dude, that was so sick. And I was like, whoa. He's like, have you ever met him?
Yeah.
He's really short
Yeah.
and like skinny, but
Yeah.
yeah, he was cool.
Yeah,
That's
he
so
kind of looks like a
cool.
16-year-old boy.
Yeah.
When you're swamped with orders, campaign, event, etc., how do you cope with the stress?
Delegate is the best way.
Really?
Delegate?
Good.
Yeah.
Just
Can you
get
elaborate
people-
on that?
Like hire good people and trust them that they'll get it done.
Yeah.
That is
Like
hard,
don't
actually.
micromanage. It's so hard and it took me forever. But like I hired this one guy named Luke, super good at ops. And like anything that needs done, I can tell him in like full trust that it'll get done right.
Oh
That's
my
so
And,
gosh.
like, that
amazing.
How'd
changed
you
my
find
life.
him? You knew him before?
Just
or-
off Instagram, he applied and
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. That's my problem. I feel like I should ask people for help, but I'm like, I know exactly how I want it to be. And I don't know, like, I don't want
Yeah.
to put that on someone else. So, yeah,
Mhm.
you just have to find the right people, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do 2 more questions.
Okay.
How do you get inspiration for new designs and products or projects?
I have a bunch of like mood boards saved, some from like travel, some from random things I see, some from nature, some from things I'm going through, some from like childhood toys or just like literally anything.
Yeah. So you just
Take inspiration from
Whatever
everywhere.
I'm into, I'm like, oh, let's turn this into a drop.
Cool.
That's so cool. Okay. Have you ever liked indie when you were younger?
No, everyone thinks that. And I'm like, there's no. Like
You
it
never
was-
had a
never
crush?
No, never. And she would say the same. Like it just was
That's
never.
amazing.
That's
We
crazy.
were just friends.
It's like such a fun friendship.
Yeah,
you
it
have
really
very
is.
like strong friendships, like lifelong friends.
Yeah, I do.
Friends that you won't
Yeah.
like cross that boundary with. That's cool.
Yeah, like yeah.
He's like,
You know,
no,
like
duh.
you have good friends, but you're like, we would never date each other. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
Like
not
you
like
respect
that.
them
Yeah.
and they're amazing, but you don't have to like date them
Yeah,
to
exactly.
appreciate them.
That's true. Okay, so we're gonna end the show by asking you, what is your biggest piece of advice for someone who wants to achieve their dreams?
Write it down, put it somewhere you can see it, and work backwards from it, and then like just throw yourself off the cliff and like start working on it. Like shut up, stop talking about it, just like start
Good.
doing
That's-
it.
Perfect. Great advice.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of times I just want to talk about my ideas forever, and it's like, well, just shut up and like start doing them.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the story
That's-
of my life.
So admirable.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Well, you're an amazing example to all of us. We
Thank
love
you. Thank
You
you
are
for having me.
Truly
Yes.
inspiring.
Thank you.
Where can
Yeah.
our
You guys
listeners
too.
find you?
They can find me, Tristan Ikaika on Instagram, and that's perfect.
What's your
Perfect.
website name?
It's ikaikastudios.com. We're trying to drop the studios, but we're,
Ikaika.
all that is.
Okay.
In the works. In the
Okay.
works.
Go
Okay.
check out his stuff. He's so cool.
Mm.
So talented. Thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
That was good. Thanks, Tristan.
Yeah.
That was fun. Sorry that was like such a...
Oh, not at all.
Thank you for watching.
Does everyone say that? Did I do